Ferrari may have uncovered a legal trick that could change future qualifying battles, but the real danger is that one tiny mistake could erase everything. During practice for the Hungarian Grand Prix, the Scuderia tested Mercedes' clever energy-saving method, hoping to unlock the final hundredths of a second that are becoming decisive in Formula One. Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton both evaluated the system on Friday, but Ferrari ultimately decided the Hungaroring offered too little reward for the risk involved. The technique revolves around lifting off the throttle just before crossing the finish line. Under the 2026 regulations, electric power gradually decreases once the battery reaches its limit through a process known as ramp down. However, if the driver eases off the throttle before the battery is fully depleted, the car can preserve part of its available 350 kilowatts and still unleash maximum electrical power as it crosses the timing line. It sounds simple, but the timing has to be absolutely perfect. Mercedes first explored a different version of the concept earlier this season by using an emergency MGU-K shutdown, but that solution was banned by the FIA after the Japanese Grand Prix. The team then returned with a completely legal alternative developed through extensive simulator work. A special audio cue now tells George Russell and Kimi Antonelli the exact moment to lift off, allowing them to execute the maneuver with remarkable precision. Antonelli even used the system on the laps that secured pole positions at Silverstone and Spa. And this is where the situation becomes serious. Once Mercedes proved the concept worked, rival teams immediately started investigating it. The FIA also confirmed that the procedure complies with the regulations and raises no safety concerns. Truck racing, I did a little bit of single-seater touring cars, sports cars, and Ferrari responded by running its own evaluation in Hungary, with telemetry showing Leclerc briefly lifting before the finish line, while the car continued carrying speed through momentum, allowing engineers to study the potential energy gain. Hamilton also took part in the tests, but Ferrari's final analysis produced a surprising conclusion. Comparing Friday's telemetry with Saturday's qualifying approach, the team found that keeping the throttle fully open all the way to the line did not cost any measurable time at the Hungaroring. That's the real issue. Ferrari decided there was simply no reason to accept the additional execution risk on a circuit where the benefit appeared minimal. The reason is that this trick does not deliver the same advantage everywhere. Its effectiveness depends on battery usage, the distance from the final corner to the finish line, and the FIA's ramp down rate. Truck racing, I did a little bit of single-seater touring cars, sports cars, and even Mercedes chose not to use the technique during qualifying in Budapest, showing that every circuit requires its own calculation. Although the expected improvement is only around 0.05 of a second, that margin can completely reshape a qualifying session. In Hungary, Hamilton missed pole by just 0.012 seconds to Lando Norris before receiving a 3-place grid penalty for impeding Oscar Piastri. This changes everything. With Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren, and Red Bull separated by only tiny margins, every fraction counts. But one mistimed throttle lift could violate the ramp down rules and even lead to disqualification. Ferrari walked away from the trick this weekend, yet its successful testing strongly suggests it could become a powerful weapon at future Grands Prix where the conditions are far more favourable. What's your take on this situation? Share your opinion below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Formula One updates.